Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Matt, Senior Client Success Manager for White House Custom Color, and we are hanging out with Billie Jo, who is the studio manager, correct?
Yes.
For Vick Studios? Awesome. So, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Talking to Andrew, and the word that always came to mind with him was change, and the word that comes to mind with you, wow, like holy moly.
Challenge.
You've done
Challenges.
a lot. Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened. And to think about your personality versus Andrew's personality, and he's behind the curtain so he can hear us right now. You two probably couldn't be more opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
which makes for a good team.
It does make for a great team. So I'm going to start with a question. Going back to that first Zoom meeting, like I asked Andrew before, like after that, where did your head go? Like, I know you're very engineer minded. Like, what was your action plan after that first meeting that we had?
I was ready.
Yeah.
We kind of dreamed about it for many years, and we made the call, and you were just on it, ready to take action, which I responded well to and was ready. So, did I answer your question?
You did. I mean, you came from a very strong product background.
Yes.
And you've been in the photography world for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And worked with White House for a very, very long time. So you were steps into it prior to all this happening at a different business. So you really did have a basis in product where Vick Studios really hadn't so much.
Yeah, coming from a photo lab background.
Yeah, exactly. So in your process of working within the business and managing all the things that were going on, like I was saying to Andrew, the result that we have here today is just a piece of what we've done, what you've done, what Rachel's done, what Andrew has done, what the team has done, over the last several months. I'm stumbling a little bit because there's so many things and so much organization that you brought to the table. So for people that are listening along and haven't seen that side of all of this, what are some words of wisdom and things that you can help people to wrap their head around the black and white side of it? The left brain side of what we did.
Coming together as a team and finding a shared vision was where we needed to get to first. So understanding that the goal really was not about the profits, and that it was about the process and the relationship with the clients from the very beginning, and setting the expectations and understanding like the whole communication chain from the first time the client reaches out to understanding that Andrew's going to have a great relationship with them. It's going to be an amazing photography session. They're going to treasure those memories because it was an experience. And then knowing that we want to give them these photos for them to have for years to come. Yeah. Because like for us, it's been this struggle for the past decade of like, how do you bring that back to the clients and let them know that there's more than just a digital file, right? So it was finding the vision with the team. Yep. And then just plotting it all out. Like you were essential in that piece. You were like, no, we're not going to talk about that today. We're gonna.
I do get a little bossy.
We're gonna just focus on this one thing at a time, and then divide it up. And we are here, and we have our first meetings next week. Yep. And I know looking back, like, I started having the meetings in the new process that we developed where we removed the digital from the conversation, which was key. And in my previous meetings with the clients, I'm in the meeting and I'm using all of the new vision, but I didn't have the pieces to physically put in their hand. Because as soon as I have it and I can say, here, this is what I've been telling you about. Like, this album you're going to love this album for years to come. Yeah. Your grandkids are going to be able to look back on it, you know? Yeah, I'm so excited to have it all in hand next week and just be like,
you're ready.
Wow people with it, because it's impressive. And that's what people want.
Yeah.
And
if I can jump in here, I think what the word that you're getting at and the way that you did this, you're very methodical about it. You know, and I'm outside of the business, so I could see people's roles and understand, like, we don't want to overwhelm. We want to click things off a little bit at a time, chew a little bit off, get that done, put it behind us, and move on. Yeah. You know, and in designing the wall art, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, was a huge piece, and that was back and forth. And even at the very end, there was some hiccups that came in that we decided to change some files and things like that up. But you know, as far as like a driving force of getting this really done, you set deadlines. You're like, we have to have it in by here, or else I'm not going to be ready for here. And with as busy as you are in the studio, you had to keep things going. So, you know, the tip that I could give people, you know, listening along from what I've seen from you, is that you set deadlines, you set goals, you were very organized, you had communication as much as humanly possible throughout the organization, and that's very, very pivotal to making things happen. You know, we're all going to learn a lot here in the next 6 months. You know, we have the busiest time of the year to come, and now having all this and looking at doing in-person sales and doing, you know, all the things, it's going to be a transition, and there's going to be awesome days and there's going to be hard days. You know, but
more awesome than hard.
More awesome, yep, absolutely. 70-30.
Yes.
But
80-20.
80-20, yeah, I like that better. I hear little giggles from back there. To know that is coming, and you're going to have that, you know, high fives, and that was fantastic. And then you're also going to learn, like, okay, we need to make that change. This needs to be changed, and that's understandable. I mean, it's not going to be perfect to begin with. So let's walk through. Go ahead.
I just want to say that is one piece that we take very, like, to heart, is anytime that there's a challenge, like, don't walk away from the challenge. Like, figure it out, work it into your process, work it into the language that you're sharing with your clients. Because if one client asks you it, yeah, go ahead and respond to it. But then if another one comes to you with the same question, like, there's something in the chain of, you know, language that you're sharing with your clients. And so when we, like, plotted out the whole project outline, communications actually fell last. Like, there's still some language in the actual, like, meeting process that we haven't finalized yet, because you kind of have to do it in real life to really see how the clients are going to respond to it. Yeah. And I would say that is one of the things that have made us so successful, is that we do not overlook the challenging pieces. Yeah. We correct them so that we're providing that service to everybody. Because, you know, you don't want to be answering questions to clients. You want to have as much concrete information up front, so that you instead can have the relationship, you can enjoy being together, you can talk about dreams and visions and not have to explain your process. Yeah. And so that was kind of surprising to me, that, because I was like, okay, let's just go and change the whole script, let's update the website, let's get all the new pictures in place, and then it'll just happen. Yeah. But
a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like we're very close. And I think after getting a few meetings under our belt, like, things will continue to change.
Absolutely. You will evolve constantly. Yeah, for sure. So let's talk through the groupings here. Yes. So let's just start up front. So Andrew does a ton of on-location work. Yes. This happened to be a wedding that he did in New York, and he loves clear base metals.
He does.
He does.
He loves the metal.
He loves the metals. And that actually turned out, I'm not going to tell him this, but I love it in a clear base. It looks fantastic, and on the funky metal wall. So when you are looking at the pieces that are up here and how you're going to sell, and I know this is all going to be very, very new, how is that piece going to work into your repertoire?
I mean, that's very emotional, like environmental photography. So that would pair really well for anybody that is doing like street photography. We do a lot of event coverage, which we've never done prints for events. You know, like we do so many events, and that is like, that's perfect. That shows people that throughout the day there's all these special moments, and that it's so fun and funky, and that's Andrew.
Yeah,
that is Andrew.
Is. And I love that
at
there's an image in there that is just the city.
Yeah.
You know, and that's part of the story. It's like looking at an album up on the wall. So that's very different from the next one, which is a 40 by 40, I believe, gallery wrap that's in a float frame that's up to the right-hand side of the TV. And I know that we touched on the surfboard thing, but now you really have, when people are seated on the couch and looking at the TV, you've got options that they can see right from where they're sitting. So going from telling the story in New York to doing the 40 by 40, you know, a little bit more traditional family portrait, very, very starkly different, but that's showing people that it's okay to do something a little more traditional. It's okay to do something funky. Let's do it.
Yeah. And it also, for clients that are coming in for like a pre-consult, this is so great because it doesn't just say, oh, we just do like regular portraits, which we do. There's always a beautiful portrait, but it's very emotional, environmental. Andrew loves throwing in like dynamic landscapes, and that's what everybody's gonna want. You know, that is like that's the family photo that's gonna be on the wall for years. And they're gonna say, oh, Matthew, look how cute you were.
I don't know if anybody's ever said that.
I mean, you're still very handsome, you know, but
funny.
Yeah.
And then high school seniors, another big part of Vick Studios. So we opted to do a really fun, funky acrylic grouping with a high school senior boy, which is 24 by 48 acrylic wall art, and that has a 3/4 inch float mount behind it, and then the three next to it are 16/16s.
Yes.
With a couple inch gap in between, and those are our framed acrylics. So we're showing two products that play well together in that one. And I know you were excited about the acrylic. Like it's something.
I love the acrylic.
Yes. We do too, yeah. And for a high school senior, that's a great clean look. The colors pop. It looks great with the color of the wall.
Modern.
Yes.
And what I really love about the seniors is, like a senior collage like this, is it might not stay on the wall like this forever. Like, mom might keep that picture. One of them might end up going to dad's office. The other one's gonna go with him to college and be on the wall, and his soon, you know, wife down the road is gonna be like, I just love that picture of you. So, like, that's great because over time it can be broke up. It could stay in place if they wanted to, but
and that grouping in particular, you know, like you were saying, you could split up those three, or, you know, in a sales space, if somebody says, well, that tall one is maybe a little bit big for me, but I really like the three in a row. Like, we're seeing a lot of popularity in that style of collage because a lot of people have huge windows, narrow walls that can fit anywhere. So that was very intentional to put it to the left of the TV so people are staring at that one constantly. And then if we go around the corner, the big one. So that is a 40 by 60.
That's the showstopper.
It is. White base, high gloss metal with a colonial frame around it. And yesterday when we were unpacking, I heard Andrew say several times, this is the biggest I've ever seen my work.
Yeah, it's bigger than our TV.
It is, yeah, and it's gorgeous. And the metal is such a beautiful reproduction, you know, of that file. And it's good to have a wedding image up. You know, there's no reason that wedding clients shouldn't invest in wall art.
Yeah, they absolutely should, and it's absolutely stunning. And I know he wanted to do like more of a landscape, and I'm so glad that we landed on that one because I think it blew everybody away when you took it out of the box, really. And I think every client that walks in is going to just be blown away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just with the size and the saturation of
and
it,
it just
so good.
Like Rachel and I were talking last night, it looks like it belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Like the quality of the print and the frame and just like the stature of it, it's stunning.
Yeah, for sure. So let's bounce down the hallway, and we'll finish up with Andrew's family here. So the engagement session.
Sexy.
That's a really good word for
Yeah.
it. So the way that Andrew shoots, it got so many amazing images and awesome locations. Color, yeah. And the couple in this are just phenomenal. They enjoy each other. They're very energetic, you can tell. Yeah. So the collage grouping, we're calling that a what?
A closed tile grouping?
There you go. I put you on the spot for that one. And that's, again, we're taking individual framed pieces. These happen to be white base high gloss metal in the Gramercy frame. We laid it all out in studio, ordered them individually, and then and you can do this, you could do this. I happened to do it yesterday, where we're buying pieces to put on the back, like right angle pieces and straps, and we screwed it all together, so that thing completely comes off the wall on its own. But that literally looks like an album spread.
And it's like a piece of art.
Yeah.
Like just the shapes and everything of it. Like even if you're not up close, if you're in a large room and that's just like off in the distance, it looks like a piece of like modern art.
Well, and you'd want to go look at it. It'd be so interesting. And then we intentionally paired it with a 3045, kind of straddling the thermostat that's on the wall to show people like the grouping is not a replacement for getting one large one. We want this to be one whole thing. Like you should have this in your home. And I can't wait to hear the feedback from that couple when they see that.
They're gonna freak out.
Yeah, they're gonna freak out. I mean, I would freak out. It looks gorgeous. The metal is stunning on that. And Andrew and I had to arm wrestle a little bit, but he let me win that one, so that was nice.
And I really feel like the New York gallery, it's a little bit of wedding day and anniversary street photography, and I think that engagement clients are. Like those images can be on the wall forever. Yeah. Some people might not want like their wedding photos up, like maybe one or two of them, but like the engagement photos, they're street clothes. It's how they feel most comfortable, and it's just that those moments before the wedding where there's still all this anticipation and everything's new and like super sexy and romantic, and so I'm excited to start showing that to more couples.
And I'm excited to hear the feedback that you are definitely gonna let me know, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes, exactly. So let's move down to the next grouping here. So this is a local family, I believe in Edina.
Yes.
Yep. And the original concept was we wanted to show what we could do like up on a top of a fireplace on a mantle. Yeah. Now that adapted a little bit, but we still tucked a little bit of that into it with the ledges that we're putting in there. And just to point out, it's always fun to combine frames, to combine surfaces, style, all that, because there's no rules. No. As long as it plays nice together, let's try it. So that one is a blend of frame prints, canvas, gallery wraps, fine art printing, matted, modern frame, traditional frame, and it's fun. It's very playful. So in that respect, with the ledges and the different surfaces, like what are you pumped about for that one? Because that's a funkier one.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I feel like that's the concept that we sell the most.
Okay.
Because it really covers all the bases. It's all together on the same wall, but you could do the frames and the standalone canvases on mantles or shelves around the home. You can do the big frame above the fireplace or on a different wall. But I'm always trying to let clients know we're not just focusing on one space. Like make it be more throughout the whole space. Like even in like our homework card that we're going to be giving clients is send us pictures of the adjacent walls, because you can do like this really classic portrait, family portrait for like your main photo, but like then you can mix it up. Right. You can do different frames and different surfaces and put them throughout the house and have the little it's art. Yeah. So you want to have like accent pieces to your art. So this is perfect, and that's what we sell. That's what most of our clients are asking for, because they don't want just you don't want just one moment, because there's all the different moments and all the different groupings, and you want to have the kids, you want to have the portraits.
Well, in the way that Andrew shoots, there's so many, and a lot of emotion and style that goes into it. So let's wrap up with his grouping up behind you then. So that one, like we were talking about, was the last one that we did. And I don't think that was intentional, but looking back on it, I'm glad that it was, because it gave you guys as a team an opportunity to get back to this, which is super important, to him, to you, to the business, to the family, to the clients coming in. So like, you come in early each morning. You were here early this morning. What, like, when you walked in, what was like seeing that and knowing what that means to him and the family? Like, how did that hit you?
Well, I would say all of this has hit me pretty hard. in a good way. In a good way. I have a little bit of sweaty palms right now. No, it's great. And I love to see his family up here. I think the boys are going to absolutely flip, Nelson and his little freckles and everything. But I think I do think that it's really important. And when I'm in meetings with my clients, like, I tell them like how happy I am with my wedding photos on my wall, like having that photo of my family with all the little kids and stuff, like,
because they grow.
They do, and they grow so darn fast. Right. And it's just a moment, get me all teary-eyed, because like, that's what it's about. That's what it's always been about, is like capturing those moments that are going to be gone too soon. Yeah. For kids or family that passes away and stuff like that. Like, that's photography for me. Like, that's why I've been in the industry as long as I have, and that's why, like, I'm just so passionate about the prints and everything. So, like, I'm thrilled to see it on the walls, because it's been missing, and it's really going to allow me to just be like, this is what it's about. Mm-hmm. Like, you didn't hire us to have a digital file on a computer somewhere that nobody's ever going to see. Like, you want this. You want to be able to treasure this, and like, so. Yeah. It was awesome.
It is. And it is awesome.
I hope that our clients perceive it that way too. Like, I really hope that they understand that, like, the value of the photography session and the artwork that they're doing is so much more than like writing a check. And it's something that's gonna, over time, be more valuable than, a lot of things. Yeah. What do people pack when they move away? Like, what's like set aside and precious? Like, your photo albums, right. Your photos, these, your journals and different things like that. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I just want to say great job. Like,
and great job to you. We literally could not have done this without you guys.
This is about you. But you've done a phenomenal job. You've kept on task. You've kept deadlines. You've worked your butt off, and now it's here. And now the next step, and the next step, and the next step. So high five to you. All right. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed chatting with Billie Jo, and an integral piece of Vick Studios. Again, congratulations on a job well done and keeping everybody moving the same direction to bring it full circle. So awesome. We hope that you've enjoyed this. We'll be talking back with you here in just a little bit.